Hello friends, Mrs. Bandelitas here. First of all, I want to say I miss all of you. I miss your smiles, your hugs, your enthusiasm, all those great things, but I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're not only learning, but that you're doing art, that you're getting outside. This gorgeous spring weather is something to be celebrated. So, what I'm going to be doing from here on out is sending out a video art lesson demonstration each week. This particular lesson is geared towards our enrichment friends and preschoolers as well. So today's project, we are going to be doing a caterpillar in celebration of springtime and the fact that we are seeing all sorts of bugs outside. If you've been outside, you might have noticed a few things. So the person who is videoing me is my daughter. Her name is Sophia, and you will probably see her now and then because she is home with me unexpectedly because of the situation we're in, but I'm so happy to have her helping me out. So Sophia, if you want to show friends what the project is today, should I just turn it around?
Yeah,
I will turn it around. Here we are. We are doing a colorful caterpillar.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Looks great.
So the supplies that we're going to be needing for today's project are all laid out on my table, and Sophia's going to take a shot of that. I will go through each one of them. So up here we have a container of pieces of tissue paper, and I'm hoping that many friends have this supply at home. I know that I'm very much into recycling, upcycling, etc. And if I receive a gift that has tissue paper, I don't throw it away. I flatten it out and I use it for other purposes, and this is one of them. So hopefully you can find some tissue paper at home. Again, I have quite a few different colors, but you really only need maybe 2 or 3. That would be fine. Then you'll see I have a small container here of water, glue, a crayon, small pieces of colored construction paper, and I have chosen red, black, and brown. We need a hole punch if you have one, scissors, tape, pipe cleaners if you have them. If you don't, it's certainly not the end of the world, and a few pieces of yarn as well. So those are the supplies that we need. Okay, and I'm going to start out by, I already realized I forgot one supply. We need a paintbrush. I will get that in a minute. I'm going to start out with making what we call the gluey water at school, which the friends really like to do. So we take, again, you can see I have just a small amount of glue or of water in there, and then we're going to add some glue. Okay, this is what makes our tissue paper stick to the paper. Okay, so I've put some glue in there. I'm going to grab a paintbrush.
Looks fun.
Okay, and then friends get to stir up the glue water, which is kind of fun. All right, so we stir it up, stir it up, stir it up. And we try not to splash it all over the place if we can help it. All right, so there's our gluey water. We're going to leave that right there, right back over here. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our crayon, and you can use whatever color crayon you desire. I chose purple just because I know that a lot of friends love purple, and also it shows up quite nicely on my paper. Okay, so we're going to make kind of an S shape, all right? So I'm going to start somewhere near the middle of my paper and make an S shape. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is make an echo line of that shape, that S shape that's about this wide. So we have enough of our caterpillar to fill in with tissue paper. Okay, and then as you can imagine, we're going to connect those S shapes with just a curved line. Okay, top and a curved line at the bottom. Okay. Now, if you'd like, you can divide your caterpillar into sections, which is kind of like what you'll see a caterpillar. They have sort of little bumpy connections. So I'm going to make some lines that show some segmentation of my caterpillar. Okay, there we go. So now if you turn it this way, it looks more like my sample. Okay, so now we've got our caterpillar shape. Next thing we're going to do is put the tissue paper onto our caterpillar. All right, so we're going to take our glue water. We will use our tissue paper. And how we like to do this is get your paper wet first with a little bit of the gluey water. I'm going to start at the end here. Okay, I'm going to make that section wet. Now you can decide if you can get your whole thing wet, the entire caterpillar, or go section at a time. I'm going to go section at a time. And the trick with the tissue paper is that you don't want to take a whole stack like that, okay? You want to just take 1 or 2 pieces at a time. This is a little bit of a skill here to get these separated. It's a little tricky. All right, but what you find is when they overlap, you almost make another color there, which is really fun. Let me get a yellow one and see. You can see a little better here. All right, and they do get stuck to your fingers, and as I always tell you, it's no worries. We'll wash our hands at the end, okay? So you're gonna get a little sticky. All right, so there's one section. I'm gonna start my next section. All right. And this time I'm going to use some other colors. All right. I've got some very spring looking colors here, which is kind of fun. That was just accidental. That was what I had in my supplies. Okay, also, if you really want your tissue paper to stick, it's a good idea to kind of tap, tap, tap. If you brush, you'll wipe the tissue paper right off. But if you tap, tap, tap on top, you get another layer of watery glue that keeps those tissue papers from flying off, okay? So you're gonna keep completing each section in this manner. And I am going to just do one more because I think at this point you probably get the idea. All right, so I'm put single layers of tissue paper on here, wet on the bottom, tissue paper layer, and then tap, tap, tap on top to keep that tissue paper in place, all right? There we go, we're getting some pretty colors here, I think. All right, so you continue with that with your whole caterpillar. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to add a face to your caterpillar. If you take a look at the sample here again, you can see the features on my caterpillar face. We have eyes, a mouth, and eyebrows, all right? So with your construction paper, you are going to cut shapes that look like this, all right? You're gonna cut 2 circles, black circles for the eyes, and I would think some of you might need some help with circles. They are very hard to cut, so parents can help out with that. And then with the mouth is a little easier to cut as well as the eyebrows. You can try to do those, but if you need some help, that's okay. All right, and then you notice that in the center of my eyes, we also have pupils. We've talked about this, all right? And an easy way to make the pupils is to take your hole punch, and I'm just gonna use this piece of paper right here. I'll scoot those off. And you're going to make 2 pupils by squeezing the hole punch, opening it up, squeezing the hole punch, and opening it up. And usually what happens is the pieces fall out or they get trapped in this little part and you just dump it out, okay? So those are going to be glued. I'm gonna take these and glue them onto the center of my black circle. Okay, so we're gonna glue our eyes. All right. We're gonna put our little pupil in the middle there with a tiny little dot of glue. Remember our saying, a dot, not a lot. Okay. All right, so we've got 2 eyes. Mine are kind of, I'm making mine looking this way, but I guess it could have gone this way as well. Well, let's just stick with that. Okay, so next thing, we're gonna put on our eyebrows. Again, just a little bit of glue on those. I know it's tempting, to use a lot of glue, but really we only need just a small amount. All right, his eyebrows, or hers, we don't know which this little caterpillar is. And there is a smiling mouth, okay? All right, so if you want to stop there, that's completely fine. It makes a very nice looking caterpillar. But if you happen to have any pipe cleaners at home, this is a really fun thing to add. And what's really fun is making it that corkscrew, which I need a pen, hold on, or a pencil. All right, so here I've got a pen or a pencil, and you're gonna take your pipe cleaner, hold onto it with your thumb, like this, and just twist it around. All right, and it makes this very cool looking antenna for our caterpillar, okay? And that can be taped onto the back, so you can make 2 of those. I'm gonna do another one. So I'm holding it on with my thumb and my first finger and twisting around. Okay, that's a fun part to do. And then you slide it right off the pen. And again, that can be taped on the back. So if you have that, it's fun to do. And then our last step is to add our dangly legs. And I'm gonna just hold this up for a second to show you how fun the dangly legs are. Okay, so if you put this up in your window, it looks kind of fun to have those dangly legs. And that, as you can see, is made with a piece of yarn that is taped, again, a small piece of yarn, these are a little bit long, that is taped on the back. So you would tape this on the back, and you can make actually as many of these as you'd like. My sample I made 4. So you're going to tape it on the back after you cut out your caterpillar. And then I put little black circles similar to the eyes to make the little feet, okay? So I think that kind of describes the whole process. And again, the whole idea of this is to really just have some fun, okay? I hope you're all having a good time with your art projects and that everybody's still smiling, okay? And I'll see you next week. Bye.